Whoa, we're back from Bleach Soul Resonance, and we've got a few days until, the next character comes out, so we're going to be handling just a little bit more of the content here. I haven't gone out of my way to actually attempt this yet. I've been sort of waiting. So far, all I've done is really collect my rewards, but you can now see I have a DPS overflow of 17,900. If you're wondering how to get that DPS overflow as high as possible, what you're going to want to do is take all of the squad 5 you see until you have enough to actually unlock the specialized squad 5 skills. You're going to take the one on the left and the one on the right. After releasing a co-op skill, enemies pause for 5 seconds. Enemies hit by the co-op skill are guaranteed to enter the spiritual dissipation state, and they take 30% more damage. You're going to mash. You're going to enter with Olkieta. You're going to mash the key that uses that ability while also mashing the key that has Aizen come out. With Aizen out and with a what is it called? A secret or a technique or whatever it is, the technical supports. With a technical support and with that squad 5 ability, you will instantly kill Rudangaga during your overflow and actually get that 17,900 damage. So without further ado, let's just get in here. I haven't tried this yet. Again, before I got 12%, just kind of like messing around. I was mostly just doing it for the Jade, but I figured I'd come back in here and we'd actually try to high score. So last but not least, I just want to show this one more time before I actually enter, but I would desperately consider rerunning until you get instantly maxes out the boundary of all characters, as well as the weapon stamp and core stamp awakening, unless you are someone who wails or something. If you're someone who wails, you probably don't need this guide, but if you can get any of the technical supports that are specialty as well, in the previous incarnation of this, there was a Soifon one that let her double ult, so that'd be another really good one. But without further ado, I think we should just get in and see how the run goes, so I'll see you at the run. Well, time to fight. So, great thing about this event is you do get a chance to actually play with all of these super strong characters, which is just nice, honestly. There are a few things I could have tightened up here. One, I don't know if using the box there immediately is good. I'm sure it is, actually, when I think about it, because you do want to get that first break and just get your rotations running. But there is a rotation near the end that is much cleaner, and it involves double breaking the enemy here. And it's probably more so what you want to, actually land on. But you can just see the damage is insane. This is such a good... I really do like when they bring back this event. I mean, obviously doing like the roguelite element to farm the characters isn't as interesting as doing the actual fight, but I will say that as far as like recurring content goes, this is one of the ones that I really don't mind doing, and honestly I think it's fun to sort of get a super strong version of the character. If you don't have any of these special techniques, by the way, and you're trying to place on ladder, I really don't think it's possible. You really want to try to farm up for a mix of boundaries and special techniques, like these special character techniques, because that's how I managed to get a top 100 rank with Soifon, or on the Soifon patch, is having her double missile technique. So it's something to consider, right? Something to consider. I would definitely recommend farming up for one of those if you do not. The Aizen one is absurd. It makes him ult constantly, and I mean, a lot of the damage you could be doing in these runs will come from Aizen. So one of the reasons I was saying that I think I messed up is I'm going to end up using the squad ability here, I believe, and I shouldn't have. Like, he has such little spiritual pressure, I just was not looking, that I should have done that damage naturally and then linked back into a squad super. So that's something to think about, like, to keep an eye on when you're doing these rotations, is don't waste your squad like ultimate on a character who's going to spiritually break anyway. A lot of the no hit like combo like squad 5 abilities do make you do more damage to the bar to begin with. I would also say that I feel like my rotations were not super clean until I was late stage. I mean, you gotta remember, this is a free to play, low spending, like focused channel, so I do not have a lot of experience playing with a lot of these B6 characters, and getting B6 characters is something that you can really do in this mode, right? So whereas a lot of people might look at this and be like, oh, you didn't optimize your, Ulquieta reigns and like, your Aizen ults and your Aizen free counters and stuff like that. It's like, well, yeah, I don't play with those things. You can see I try to get the counter off there before going into ult. I'm trying to maximize the break on, the downtime here of his spiritual break. So we're trying to get as much done as possible in that window. But like I said, the rotations do come together a little bit better as it goes on, but you can definitely see the inexperience here. I'm going to go ahead and go through with my Aizen so we can get that big counter attack state. Yeah, just as so much damage to the dissipation bar, which is what we're looking for, right? So again, if I had saved my squad ultimate instead of using it prior, I'd be able to break him again in the Aizen ultimate and do infinitely more damage, which would be, way better for my chance at placing. I do think that with a tighter rotation, I could probably have placed. But in the reality, the thing that would let me place the most is getting one of those secret techniques, either the Aizen one or maybe an Ulquieta one, so that I can actually just flatly have more abilities up, right? I mean, the Aizen one literally reduces his ult cooldown by I think 6 seconds or something like that. Way too powerful. But as far as completing the event, you can see we are rinsing this guy with huge numbers, which is always fun. I mean, I don't have to tell you, it's just fun to do big number, right? Big number, better person. So, we're hitting him. We get a technique in as well. We're starting to finally find the Aizen flow. We get the actual counter attack state in. We get everything in. We go into our free counter attacks from Hado number 90. And this time I don't use the squad super. So here is the actual rotation. This should have been what the rotation always looked like. I think this is the maximized version of what I didn't do my special attack. No, that is the only thing in this entire rotation that feels so bad, man. But we have him down, and we're going to do all of his HP in this 40-second window. So we get the ult here, we swap out, we go back into Ulquieta, start doing just so much damage while he's down. And you see that bar is about to fill up. And when that bar fills up, that boy's going right back to sleep. So if you could imagine this sort of cycle of damage, if I was just doing this regularly instead of first timing this. So see, he's up now. I go with the Hado. He gets blasted back. And I mean, this is over. This is completely over now. Yeah, I don't even get the ult off. So yeah. And there you have it. I mean, the fight wasn't incredible or anything. We ended up at the 4.3% area. One of the big reasons that we probably didn't push over the edge is because here we go. Yeah, you can see this person here has Aizen, secret technique, 2 of them. Above, I assume this person has a bunch of the same. Yeah, so I mean, pretty reasonable run considering we literally don't have any of those. So if you can grab yourself the awakenings as well as a secret technique, you will be on the track to actually placing in that top area. But as it goes on this channel, I don't always want to just show the best possible outcome, and would rather just show something believable, right? So, I assume all of the people here have, yes, secret technique, extreme, relic right here, so on and so forth. That person that person might even be wailing because they didn't even need the extreme relic. They just had Aizen. So, again, Aizen here as well. You can see how much damage he's chunking away. But last but not least, I guess we can go over the last of my unclaimed rewards here with this imaginary fragment, which isn't a big deal, but if you're a completionist, you might want to get that. Completing the 10 stages is so easy. You don't need to build these characters at all. You could literally just bring SR Ulquieta, bring SR Rukia, and then have Aizen do 10 stages worth of damage. I think that's very possible. So don't worry about having to build characters for this. I think it'll, go over pretty easy. But yeah, there's the run. Not too bad. Anything else we want to talk about just before? I don't really think so. I guess I'll check on one thing. Oh, here it is. I was just going to say that we are currently 8 days and 23 hours away from Trishikai Ichigo, which means, more importantly, that we're 1 day away from the part 3 of Ulquieta's patch sort of coming in. And you just want to try to get, if you have been like slacking a little bit, just make sure you clean up the rest of the Jade, because some events do tend to switch out. They wash out as the events progress. So, you know, keep an eye on that just so you're getting as much Jade as possible. Again, even now, I still see people saying, how do you get Jade? How do you get Jade? How do you get Jade? Not pulling on dupes is the main way. And then this tab right here. This tab right here, you just go down it and, you know, clear as you go, right? So just make sure you're doing this. You know, we've got 8 days for a lot of this stuff. We got 1 day for the bingo and faded meeting. Ooh, we're gonna get a new drop pool here soon. But yeah, just go down the list. That's all it is, really. Go down the list, make sure you buy up everything. I would not, if you're free to play, I would not spend Jade on this at all. This is 500 Jade. That's way too much. Just grind. I try not to use any Jade on like anything like that. If you're wondering how to find this character, like this character will spawn in, like the boss will spawn in. Go to the global chat here, down in the bottom left corner here. Click on that. Usually people are helpful enough to just say that the boss is spawning in at this location. That way you can find them and get the Jade for this right here. After the captain appears, find the captain 3 times within 30 minutes. Just come on throughout the day randomly, and you'll be able to grab this one as well. So it's a lot of Jade. Make sure you're not, you know, skimping out. And that's really it. Oh yeah, we got the skin here, by the way. Super sick looking, honestly. Really, really nice in game. I mean, just such a good model, right? But I'm sure a lot of you are going to be using that Trishikai Ichigo when he drops anyhow, so I guess not that important. Look at the light beams over the wings. That's clean. But either way, I've been Lone. Quick little video for you. Like if you like the video, subscribe to the club, go make it, and